Well, friends, the Mueller report is finally out after more than 670 days of relentless negative coverage on President Donald J. Trump, his family, and anybody associated with him, both in and out of government. Robert Mueller has completely vindicated Mr. Trump and his entire team and his family that there was no Russia collusion between the Trump campaign or any Trump associates or with Donald J. Trump himself. And there was no obstruction of justice. I know the weenie pundits are out there trying to say Mr. Mueller didn't absolve Mr. Trump of obstruction of justice, but he did. Prosecutors, once again, either charge or they don't. He didn't charge because there wasn't any evidence to prove that obstruction of justice happened, just like there was zero evidence of the now completely discredited narrative of what I call a hoax of Spygate and Russia collusion hoax and falsehoods that's been pushed by networks like CNN and MSNBC and completely pushed by, even worse, our intelligence community and the last president of the United States. Here's what President Trump's got to do. Mr. Trump, you got to get your administration and all of the executive branch to immediately start investigating. One, why did President Obama make the decision to allow and order this national intelligence assessment on the Russia election meddling? We need to investigate and identify all the data and all the reasons that went into his official decision making on why he approved and asked for that national intelligence estimate to be completed, because that estimate, in Jim Clapper's, the former director of national intelligence's own words, was the reason why the Mueller investigation was implemented and existed in the first place. And President Obama was responsible for doing it. And that's from the DNI of the Obama administration. That's President 44 at POTUS 44 on Twitter. If you want to tweet him and ask him about it, please ask him, because we've got to go from there, Mr. President, into a further investigation and see who ordered the DNI and John Brennan, the traitor director of the CIA under Mr. Obama, who's accused President Trump of treason, I might add, who ordered them to push that through the media, and who ordered them to go before the media and tell a bunch of lies over and over and over again. As recent as last week, Mr. Brennan was on the air talking about how bad Mr. Trump was and that he was probably a Russian asset. And it went from there. James Comey was involved. That's why he was fired, because he's a despicable, unethical liar, and he didn't do his job to protect the United States of America and her people. So that's it, Mr. President. You cannot let bygones be bygones. It's not time to move on here. You've got to do an official executive branch investigation so that we can get these people accounted for and these actions accounted for. And the only way to do that is to convene a grand jury and get a special prosecutor appointed to get to the bottom of this and hold these traitors to the United States of America accountable. And again, sir, you must start with Barack Obama, the 44th president of the United States, because he made the decision to order that national intelligence estimate and intelligence community assessment on Russian election meddling, and then they went from there. This is Rob Maness. I hope the president hears my message.